Cool. So James and Oscar here at Elevate. Oscar Pistorius.
Allegedly did it.
Allegedly what?
Nothing else to say.
All we're going to do is run through each episode that we go through. We're just going to run through kind of problems, questions that the members here at Elevate have, and then probably just talk some shit about something else. We'll see how it goes. If you think it's shit, don't bother watching it again.
Yeah.
If you like it, then carry on.
I've got a really fragile ego though, so don't say that to my face or else I might cry.
It's as fragile as that haircut as well. Okay, so what we're going to do today is look at supplements. A lot of people asking about supplements, what they need, what they don't need. We'll go through kind of stories that we've seen before, something that I used to do as well. Go through what you actually need, what you don't need, as to save you money every month. Yeah, went back in the day, when I was 18, 19, nearly £200 a month on supplements. I go there on payday. Sounds ridiculous, but here's a list of the things that I was getting. So we're getting BCAAs, which are completely pointless if you're hitting your protein levels. If you're a vegan, that's another story. I'd say we cover it, but we probably won't, because vegans completely different ballgame. Fat burners.
They fend for themselves, as far as I'm concerned.
Fat burners, that's another thing. Mostly just full of caffeine, full of other shit that you don't need. Speeds your heart rate up. If you have dodgy heart anyway, I wouldn't even bother. If you're not in a calorie deficit, the fat burners will not do anything. And the other thing is the detox teas as well. Was it skinny tea? They basically just make you shit yourself. So I wouldn't worry about that. Pre-workout, used to be addicted to that as well. Again, mostly high caffeine. You might have some pump products in there. You may have some creatine in there already. You may have beta-alanine. You may have arginine. There's a load of other things in there. So if you get itchy face from a pre-workout, that would be your beta-alanine. That potentially can be good, but we'll cover that another time, more for performance-based. Testosterone boosters. Again, there's not really anything natural testosterone-wise that is going to boost your testosterone unless you get on the gear and that, right, Oscar?
Yeah. I know about that. Look at the size of me, mate. That's why I'm wearing a jumper right now.
Hard enough physique.
Yeah.
Magnesium I'd used to buy, which is good. We'll come on to that as well. Fish oils, the casein. For those of you that don't know what casein is a slower release protein, which you are fed to believe to have before bed, so it digests during your sleep. Complete bullshit. Whatever you get, if you have enough protein during the day, whether it's in one meal or five, it's pretty much the same. So again, that's one of the most expensive protein products. I wouldn't touch it, wouldn't bother with it. So that's some of the things I used to buy. Right now, we'll go into your whey. So whey protein, I wouldn't even class it as a supplement. I will class it more as a food. Comes from milk. You can get various different versions. You've got pea protein. What have you got? Rice protein, vegan protein. Beef protein is now a while. How they make that, I don't actually know and haven't looked into it too much. I think they heat it up to a very high temperature, but it is better for digestion more than your whey. Again, what product do you use? What brand?
I use Optimum Nutrition.
Usually posh boy.
Actually, I got a deal.
It's getting paid.
20% off Optimum Nutrition. But most websites will do deals, especially if it's your first time. You get shake, you get creatine, everything like that for about 30 quid. And they're doing deals constantly. It's always Black Friday on one of those websites.
Bulk powders. That's what I buy at Fingol. We will put a discount code on it as well. I think it's 45% off your first order. Simple, similar to my protein. So bulk powders, I would say, is probably the best and most convenient way to get it. Most of the time it is next day delivery, and it's fairly cheap. So that's your whey protein. Again, just to bulk up your protein for the day.
But important with that, it's not a meal replacement. That's not what it is.
Fuck a meal replacement.
Yeah, not a meal replacement shake, anything like that. Have it before a workout, after a workout, doesn't matter. You can implement it in your breakfast and your lunches, okay? You got protein pancakes, stuff like that. Look up those recipes online. There's tons of them. I mix it in with my yogurt. In the mornings, I have yogurt, protein powder, a bit of fruit. There's my carbs, there's my energy for the morning. Chuck a bit of peanut butter in that, lovely. You got your fats, your carbs, and your protein all in one, and I'm set up for the morning.
I prefer normal pancakes.
That's because you're a big fat fatty.
So creatine's the next one. So you touched on, obviously, creatine for kind of strength gains. But now there's a lot of research as well, especially menopausal women. There's a lot of studies come out over the last year about that helping with menopause. So if you are coming into that stage of your life, so creatine, if you are perimenopausal, coming into that menopausal stage of your life, I would thoroughly recommend doing your own research on that, because there's a lot of studies come out this year and last year, I believe, on helping women with that. There's also a lot of new studies as well on brain function, cognitive function for higher doses of creatine. Some are saying now up to 20 grams. But I'd recommend sort of playing around with it, because again, digestive wise, it may not do you too well to have 20 grams at once. Again, you might shoot yourself.
But it's not.
He knows all about that.
Yeah, too well. It's really beneficial for everyday life. And you've got loads of other stigmas from it. It doesn't cause any hair loss, completely unproven. And also, it causes you to be more fat. It doesn't. It just means you've got more water retention in your muscles. So you might find that your muscles seem a bit bigger, you seem a bit bloated. It's just water retention. Don't pay too much attention to the scales. You think, oh, I'm not losing any weight. I'm on creatine. I need to completely drop it. No. As soon as you stop it, you just lose that water weight, but you gain it back if you drink a load of water, okay? And you eat a load of food. So don't pay attention to the scales and think, right, I've started my creatine. I now need to stop it because I'm gaining weight. You're not, okay? It's silly. It's rubbish. Forget about it.
Thanks for your TED talk, mate.
Thank you.
So fish oils. Fish oils are very good. Again, if you're buying the cheap product of this, it's not going to be very beneficial. What you want to be looking out for is your EPA and your DHA levels within the brand. Like you said, Holland & Barrett's earlier, generally very, very low in the EPA and DHA level. Off the top of my head, I believe you want to be looking at around 600 combined total of both. Most of the cheap ones that you're going to buy are going to be subsequently less on that. And then you're going to obviously take more, and there's more fillers in those. So again, bulk powders, my protein, all those kind of things, the super strong, super strength fish oils will benefit you for that, especially if you're not eating a lot of fish throughout the week, which a lot of people don't. Pump booster. Have you ever used one of them?
I've used a pump booster.
So a pump booster does, in theory, what it says on the name. But if you aren't hydrated, you're not eating, you haven't got enough sodium in your body, it's not really going to do a lot. To be honest, it's just a waste of money unless you're a sponsored bodybuilder, such as Oscar 10 for 10% off.
Everyone's deficient in vitamin D. Everyone needs one D.
Why?
Because we haven't got enough sunlight. We're inside right now. Look outside, it's pissing down and rain. It's too dark. I spend most of my time inside. I look like a pale Victorian child, all right? All you need is vitamin D, vitamin C, 2 core supplements. You can get them in small tablet form from any major supermarket you want. It's just going to give you a bit more of an energy boost during the day. It's also going to boost your immune system. So you might end up finding if you're taking both those supplements, you think, oh, I've gone all winter and I have a cold once. Okay, that's what that does. It boosts your immune system and makes it a lot stronger and more resistant to flus and stuff like that. So really, really important.
I'm not actually allowed to take vitamin C.
Are you not?
No. Interesting fact. Because I have shit blood.
Yeah.
We'll come on to that another time. Yeah, so vitamin D, again, most of the vitamin D tablets are underdosed. Depending on how much sunlight you get, we're looking at sort of like 4,000 IU plus per day. Some tablets are 2,000 IU per tablet. Some are 5, some are 400. So have a look again on the packaging, what it is that you need. You can also get this blood tested as well, especially if your energy is dipping during the winter. And obviously, yeah, pair that with vitamin K2 for better absorption overall. Vitamin C, you can get the little tablets, which you can do again for your immune system if you so wish, if you're not getting enough fruit, veg in every day. Cool. What else have we got? Magnesium. The main two, so we've got glycinate and we've got citrate. Glycinate is what I would take before bed, helps you sleep better, and the citrate or citrate is kind of more for recovery. So you can take both. You can get blends that are all in one, but for me, I'll just take the glycinate before I go to bed, which helps me sleep a little bit better. So if your sleep is shit, I recommend giving that a go. I mean, there are a couple of other supplements that you can take. So you can look at things like your electrolytes. If you are sweating a lot and you're doing a lot of exercise, then it might be a good idea. But to be honest, most people, when they train, they don't sweat as much as they should. So again,
not working hard enough.
You may have seen this couch in other episodes. The internet. Touching on caffeine. So caffeine before, most people do this wrong. You'll see people in the gym, the commercial gyms, like sipping a Monster, sipping a Red Bull, whatever. That is going to do fuck all for you, because by the time your workout's finished, that caffeine is then going to start to kick in. So caffeine takes around 60 minutes to actually kick in. So if you're like on the way to the gym, sipping your Monster, sipping your pre-workout, just as you're finishing doing your stretching at the end, that's when that caffeine is actually going to kick in. So you're far better off 45 minutes before, so that your caffeine kicks in and then you're ready to go. So don't make that mistake. See it on supplements.
Well, one more thing.
Hold on. This is a Celsius drink. I'm not currently sponsored by them, but if you want to send us some more cans, then please do.
Okay.
Do you know how coffee was invented?
Yes, I read a book on this one.
You know the story on the farmer and the goats?
Did they ship the coffee beans out?
No, close. The farmer was getting the goats in the field. They started it. The goats were like really slowing down, and the goats started eating these beans.
Yeah.
And then they sort of sped up, and they were lasting longer with what they were doing. He then obviously had that, and that's how it was discovered. I think that could be a complete lie.
And that's a worldwide trade. Have a bit of that.
Yeah.
It's coffee talk.
There you go. It's just knowledge. Knowledge. That's it on supplements. I guess we'll chop that up into things.
Basically, fuel your body with what it needs, okay? Listen to yourself.
But before you take any supplements, I recommend sorting your eating out, looking at your food. Are you eating properly? Are you eating whole foods? Are you eating good foods? Are you eating takeaways, processed foods all the time? If you feel shit, it's generally going to be down to that and your sleep. Again, if you've got young kids as well, what are you going to do about sleep? Like, there's not a lot you can do. So just do what you can.
We recently did a comp, okay, with a lot of people. It was first time doing their comps, my first time doing a comp as well. And the message was, do the best you can. And everyone did that, and they all got the most out of it. They all really enjoyed it. And that's the kind of energy and environment working out and training should foster.
But then that's why things like affects come out. So that's like, again, like more of a hybrid sort of stuff. It's like, was it 3 rep max, 5 rep max, 1 rep max, and then you go into a cardio as well. So that's kind of more of like an overall competition, I think. Health and fitness means a lot of things to different people. What does it mean to you?
When I was younger, it started off as a vice for a lot of things in my life. That's where through my running, what I really started on.
What were you running away from?
The demons, and they are very close to me right now. So I got on a run quite soon. Always got to stay ahead of them. But that's what it was. For me, it was running. I started running when I was properly when I was probably about 16, 17. Before that, I was quite short and round, and so running not my forte. And now I'm slightly taller, a bit less round, a bit more built out. But it started as that, and then I started weight training, and I found myself falling in love with it in the sense of pushing yourself to that point where you're making yourself really uncomfortable. That's fortifying a mentality in my mind. It's like, right, I can do that. My first half marathon that I did it with my mate. We joked before about one of us passing out, and like the Brownlee brothers, we'd carry each other over the finish line. I did pass out with 800 meters to go because I had no water, no food, nothing like that. My race prep was awful. I didn't know how to run a race. So I ran past every water station, threw the water in my face, kept on going, still my 10K PB in that race. First half up a hill as well in Brighton. But I passed out. Weirdly so, that's given me like comfort in my mind knowing that I can push my body beyond my mind, because I was in the absolute gutters. Like, I was being dragged along by my feet to what it felt like. My mate turned to me, he was like, oh, come on, keep on going. I just told him to shut the fuck up because I could not. I felt so awful, but I pushed past that thing in my mind saying, you have to walk, you have to stop. I was like, fuck no, I'm not stopping. I'm not walking. Okay. Kept on going on to the point where I blacked out, and then I had little jelly legs and then collapsed in front of my mate. And I just sprinted off into the distance. He tried to pick me up. I was a bit too heavy to carry all the way to the finish line. Long story short, that's what it's done for me. It gives me a mentality in life to just do things hard and try properly, because it's so accessible. Going on a long run, figuring it out when you don't want to, after a long day of work, going like 10K, 15K, whatever. You're proving to yourself that you can do something that's difficult, and you need that going through life. So that's what it means to me. And also, if you try hard in the gym, you get big and you feel better about yourself. So it's also positive.
I was thinking that time I did a marathon and I cried the last about 4 or 5 miles. That was absolutely horrendous. That was a charity event I did from here to Brighton and back. And I was running along the seafront from Lards, and how far is that? 5 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole way I was just like, fuck this, what this? Yeah.
There was just a big breeze that day. It was getting into your eyes.
Yeah. Like, I had cramps. I was good till halfway, had cramps. Food wasn't going anymore, couldn't chew, dehydrated. My mouth was like Gandhi's flip-flop. It was just horrific. And then I got back here and somehow the distance hadn't matched up. So then I had to run down here, down to the beach.
I've done that run
and
as well.
then
That's
back.
horrible.
It was like another 1 point. Everyone was here like clapping. I was like, I'm not fucking done yet. And I had to like run around the corner and come back. Yeah, that's from me back to that. But fitness for me, going back to when I first did my work experience at David Lloyd, they let me use the gym, and I was like proper skinny at that point. So for me, it was like training chest and arms every time I went because I didn't know what I was doing. And then it got to the point where I was going with my mate at the time. We would train chest for 2 hours, then you do legs for 2 hours, arms for 2 hours, and you just be there all the time. Eventually, obviously, you get a little bit of size. You think, oh, I could be. At the time, another friend, we were trying to be Gymshark athletes at the time. That was the thing that everybody wanted to do. And then obviously things happen in life where like you don't have time for that shit. Like I was training every day for mental health at one point. I was training Monday to Sunday. I was never recovering. I was always in the gym, always having to go there to kind of push to the limits. And then you realise not all of that shit matters how big you are. I think that's what a lot of people get caught up in. And then it's like, well, train for health, train for your mind, train for like your others. Like I've got a family now, be like fit and strong for my daughters, and have time and energy to do other shit rather than how many times can you go to the gym a week? How strict can my meal plan be? How shredded can I be? Like, 6-pack doesn't mean fuck all to me.
About being fit within yourself. When you feel good, when you're eating right and your body feels healthy and you're moving well, you feel great and you realize you're a lot happier because you can do all the things you want to do. I think it's interesting because we're at two different points. Like you'd be where I am. I'd obviously not be where you are unless I got a secret family somewhere on the other side of the world. And I'm where you are right now. And even I've kind of progressed on from that, like getting as big as possible. For me, it's about just feeling good and being fit. And I know when my eat is on point, it's that simple. You look at your plate, does it look healthy? Yes, and it probably is. It's going to give you what you need and you're going to have loads of energy for the day. That coupled with exercise like 3 times a week, do a bit of cardio. It's not that much. You're not asking that much.
And also, I know how to choke someone out if I need to now. That's all I need.
Just the neck training burn off.
Neck training.
No one's choking this fat now.
Neck training.
We have a little demonstration.
Next time.
Yeah. For episode 2.
Go on episode 2.
Get choked out. It's so fun. Jiu-jitsu.
What else? That's it. I'm happy with that.
There's loads of shit, man. There's always
How long's that been?
That's like half an hour.
32 minutes. All right, peace out.